H2K Infosys provides world-class online IT training, staffing, and software testing solutions to customers worldwide. H2K Infosys supports 100% job-oriented training, hands-on project work, cloud test lab, resume preparation and review, mock interviews, robust syllabus. One-time pay, lifetime access to live classes and videos. H2K Infosys has won the trust of thousands of students worldwide. For free demo class, visit h2kinfosys.com.
Okay. The first question to you guys is, you guys must be knowing or well aware of the course that you guys have enrolled for, or even trying to attend the demo classes, that is automation testing using Selenium WebDriver, right? Correct?
Yes.
Okay. My question to you guys is, so you guys know what is testing is? Can somebody answer me? What is testing? What do you know about testing?
Testing means testing the software in accordance to client requirements.
Testing the software according to the client requirement. Okay, let's forget about the software for the moment. Let's take any general example. Okay, so you need not to even think about software. Take anything and just tell me, like, what is testing refers to. Let me give you an example. So you have bought a new microwave oven, okay, which is from the company of, which is of the brand called as Philips. Okay, you just bought it, and once you get it, what all the things that you would be doing from it? So imagine that you have ordered a brand new microwave oven, and which is from any brand, okay, and you received the item. What is the first thing that you will do it whenever you're ordering something from an online, and when you get it, and when you got the material that you have ordered, what is the first thing that you guys will do?
Just turn it
Test.
on and see whether it works. I mean, it powers on.
Yes, see the functionality.
Right. First, you will turn it on and check whether if it is working fine. Perfect. Then,
And all the features, whatever it described before you order, to make sure
okay.
it works. Yeah.
So when you ordered that product, there were some specification which would have mentioned about the product. So you will go ahead and check all the features one by one, right?
Correct.
Correct. Okay, then come on, think about. That's it. You will not check with your food first, like, take a sample, put it in the oven, turn it on, like, adjust the temperature and check whether if it is working fine or not. Will you not do it?
Yeah, we check the functionality. Correct. Yeah.
So basically what you are doing there, when you receive a product, what you are doing there?
Yeah, we're just testing the functions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically we are verifying the functionalities against the
Requirements.
requirement. Correct? This is called as testing, right? It can be not only for the software, it could be any item that you use it on a daily basis, or when you, right, it's not just related to software, it could be any item that you use it. When you get any new item that you wanted, the first thing what you will do is you will go ahead and check all the specification, whether the item that you wanted is working fine according to the requirement or not, and that we call it as testing. Agree?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So testing, in a simple terms, verifying the functionality of the application against the requirement. So who gives the requirement here? Who gives the requirement?
Users.
It is the client. Okay, a client who wants to develop some product gives the requirement to the company, and the company can be anything, and the company's responsibility, the employees who's working in the company's responsibility is to understand what is the requirement and to develop the project according to the requirement, test it, and then deliver it to the end customer. The end customer is you and me who's gonna consume that product, right? So basically, if a microwave oven has to be developed, this client, that is Philips, will approach one of the other vendors, like it could be IBM, it could be Accenture, it could be Microsoft. They will approach one of their vendors, they will tell the requirement, sorry, excuse me, they will tell the requirement that this is what the product they wanted, and the company who bid the contract with Philips will develop the product, and once all it's been tested, it will be delivered into a market. And once the product is in the market, the consumers, that is we, are gonna buy it and use it. Got it? So the basically the requirements are given by the client, and who will be developing this product? The company who is took a contract. And basically there are two things to take from here. First of all, the client are nothing but the owner of the product, will give the requirement on what software that they wanted to be developed. The companies who like are in contract with the client will go ahead and develop the software according to the client specification, and it would be thoroughly tested against the requirement, and once the testing passes, it's when it will go into the market, and it is applicable for everything, even to the software. The software here, what I am referring to, or we know what a software is. The software where what I am referring to is any web application. Let me take one web application which you guys are well aware of. Have you heard about this product called as Amazon.com? Have you used it?
Yes.
Okay. In Amazon.com, you see it's a e-commerce website which has lot and lot of products, features, and so many other things that you can do. So all this, that is, the logo should be on the top left. Beside to this logo, there should be a search button. Beside to that search button, it should be the drop down where the user can select the language, and beside to it, there should be a sign in button. All these requirements are given by the client or the Amazon people itself, correct? And who develops this? Who develops this?
The developers.
The developers who is working in Amazon company are the people who is responsible for developing this application, correct? Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right, so who tests it? Who will give I mean, who will check this application once the developer develops this application? Who is the person who is responsible to make sure that it is developed properly?
Testers.
Testers.
Users.
Testers, that is you and me, right? So
Correct.
here the testers are like the gatekeepers, like a watchman. You have to be very careful about who is coming in. That is, just assume that, just imagine a watchman is a person who guards, or who protects the building, that is software, to ensure that everything is working fine, or he is like a gatekeeper. Gatekeeper means the tester is a person who is responsible for delivering a quality product to the users, correct? Right?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so a tester is a resources in any company who will ensure that the product has been tested thoroughly, and then once he certifies that okay, it is working fine, it is when the product will even go to the production. Testers plays a very important role in the companies, but most of the people think that testers job is very easy job, and you might have even also heard that testing is easy whereas development is difficult. See, the developer develops the product, okay, that's fine, he will put a lot of effort to develop the product, but a tester, if he didn't test the application properly, and if it goes to a production and if there is a big bug, who is responsible? Is it the developer or is it a tester? Who is responsible?
Testers.
I would say both.
Sorry.
I would say both.
I would say tester. First of all, tester should be having a clear understanding about the requirement, what the client wants. The developer develops the product and he will check the product from his end. That is, everything is working fine or not. But a person who is making a product will not be willing to see his own product breaking. For example, if you are developing something, if you are making something, will you want to see your own product breaking? You always test it from a positive angle, correct? Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
But will you do any negative or monkey testing on it? Will you do it as a developer? Think from a developer, or think from, forget about developer. Imagine I'm asking you to make a doll. Okay, you will make a doll. Okay, no doubt about it, according to the requirement. But you will ensure that the doll is exactly to the requirement, correct? But will you do a negative things on a doll, like twisting his head, like putting a high pressure on it? Will you be able to do it, or will you do it all this? No, because your job is not that. Your job is to only make a doll, that you have done it and it is working fine properly. But a tester is a person who should check from each and every corner whether the product that you have developed is working fine or not. And you should mainly focus on the negative testing part of it. Testing the application with invalid data, junks, loading the application with multiple set of users, so many things. So testers plays a very important role. And when it comes to the responsibility of who is the person who is responsible for delivering a quality product, the answer is yes, I agree to an extent that it is both. But the majority of the responsibility lies with us. Cool? Clear? Clear? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Now, there are different types of testing. Okay, mainly for now, let's assume there are two different types of testing. One is, we call it as manual testing, and the other one is, we call it as automation testing. First, let's understand what is manual testing. That is testing the application without any tool is called as manual or functional testing. Function testing. To give you an example, just understand this example. Let's assume that this is the application that you would be working on, and your responsibility is to test this application. And okay, you joined a company. Let's assume you're working on some company. Okay, you joined a company, and on the initial days, you will be very enthusiastic, you will be very active, or we can call it as proactive. You will show interest in everything, and during that time your boss allocates you this application to test it. And the scenario is you have to launch any browser. It could be Chrome, it could be Edge, or it could be Firefox. Any of the browser, you should just have to launch, maximize the browser, navigate to amazon.com, and you have to search for different product, that is iPhone, say starting from 11. Hit enter, and it should display all the product related to iPhone 11 in particular. Then what you have to do, can you see the title of the page? Amazon.com colon iPhone 11. Can you see this? Can you see this? Yes,
Yes.
no. Okay. Then you have to take a print screen of this one, put it into a WordPad. Likewise, you have to search for iPhone 12, enter, check the title, take the print screen of this one. Next, iPhone 13. Okay, then take the print screen of this one and check the title. iPhone 14, check this one. iPhone 15, check this one. So there are multiple options in the iPhone itself, right? iPhone Pro, iPhone Pro Max, iPhone that, iPhone this. You have to check each and everything. Now let's assume, and there are 50 test cases that you wanted to test it on a daily basis. So day one, you will test it with so much of proactiveness, enthusiasm, because that's your job, right? You'll be able to do it, correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Second day, you will do it. Third day, you will do it. A week, you will do it. A couple of weeks, you will do it. After that, what will happen? Think and tell me. Think from a human being perspective. We are human beings.
It becomes monotonous.
As the time passes, the job becomes monotonous. You will get bored. Correct? Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
The first reason the job gets monotonous and you will get bored. Second reason, human error. Sometimes we will take, if any problem at the home, we will take it to the office, and in that tension, out of 50 test cases, you didn't had a mood to work, you have tested only 10 test cases, and you lied to your boss that you have tested all the 50 test cases and it is working fine. Second, due to some other reason, like your friend called and invited for some party or something, or like some reason. Okay, again, you have tested only 5 test cases and told your boss that, or told the developer that it is working fine. But what happened was there is a minor change the developer has done in the source code, and that resulted in, or that has broken the application, where the user is searching for an iPhone, or like for an iPhone, but it is not displaying anything related to iPhone. It is displaying a product which is of something else. That is a major issue. Just because of the monotonous job, you, I mean, you didn't notice it, and you say that everything is working fine, and the new code which the developer has deployed is pushed production. And when it on the production, when the end user uses it, that is when they realize that this application is not working fine. What could be the reason? What happened here? What happened was, since it was a monotonous job and it was getting 10 to boring testing daily the same piece of crap again and again, we left it, or we took it very casually, and we said everything is working fine, taking our words into consideration, that is the testers words into consideration. It has been promoted to production, and when in the production, when the actual user uses for the application for the business, and that is when they found out it is not working fine. So basically the take here is, you cannot proactively do manual testing all the time, because as the day passes, it becomes boring and monotonous. And this is called as manual testing. Agree? Agree?
Yes.
Yes.
I am just listening one or two words. What about others? You guys agree with me or not? Friends, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
Okay. So this application where what we are doing, okay, manually, what if there is a tool, okay, there is a tool which could do this regularly on a daily basis and even take the screenshot and send the result to us. What if there is such tool in the market? Will will you not be interested in using that? Will the company will not be interested in using that? Because if you're testing this application and if it is taking 2 hours every day of your time, when a tool, if it is doing this job in 15 minutes, which one the companies would prefer to?
The tool.
The tool. Because the tool, the same job, okay, which you are doing in 2.5 hours to 3 hours, it is done by a tool in 15 minutes, and it is so fast and accurate that the companies will tend to look for a resource who has the skill set, right, who knows how to automate the application, and that is when they will invest the money on you by hiring you, correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the automation testing is nothing but automation testing. It's nothing but testing the application with any automation tool in the market. And it need not to be only Selenium. There are many tools which is available in the market to do this job. That is, you have Selenium, you have UFT, you have like Tosca, you have Cypress, you have Playwright, and there are so many other tools which is available in the market to do this automation testing. But people, the companies looking for a resource to resource, or the people who know how to use this tool. We have so many options, so many tools in the market, and which is the tool that we are here to learn about? Which is the tool that we are here to learn about?
Selenium.
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 Selenium. Right. Why? When there are so many other options which is available, we are here to learn about Selenium. Why?
Because I think it's a widely used.
Okay, if it is widely used, there should be some reason for it to be widely used, right?
It's open sourced.
Mm-hmm. What is open source?
Means it's like free for everyone. It's like you don't need to
Mm-hmm.
buy subscription for that.
Okay, I will give you a software, my own software, and I will tell you, hey boss, it is very good to use. Take the software, install on your computer. Will you immediately go and install on your computer, or will you think for a second that, okay, is this guy is not spamming me? Is this guy is not giving me some virus software? What would be your first thought?
All right. So it's like
Obviously, you will
verification.
not believe me on the very first time when I'm telling you or
Right.
giving you any software to use it, right?
Right.
Okay. So we'll come back to all that point again. So when there are so many other tools which is available in the market to perform automation, why we are here to learn Selenium? So shall we have a very first demo on why? Shall we? Let's go ahead.
Yes.
So what is Selenium? It's a free and open source web automation tool. Remember this word, free. Something when you are given it for free, and that free tool can do wonders. It will save a lot of time of your efforts. Then instead of paying so much of money on the license, we will, or the even the company, when they get to know that this software is legitimate, it works or it does the job, they will definitely go with this free tool because they got the confidence that this software is virus free and this software is very good and we can use it. And the second reason is open source. Open source meaning the people who develop the software will give you the source code. If you don't trust me, the software, I mean, if you don't trust the software, they will tell, okay, this is the source code. You take it, modify it, customize it according to your need. Check the source code line by line from with your developer and see if there is any flaws. Okay, like ensure that there is no flaws and then you can use it. Who will give the source code? Source code meaning um you guys love chocolate, Cadbury's chocolate, or any chocolate for that matter. Okay, forget about chocolate. Let's go with pizza. You guys love pizza? Yes, no.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Have you attempted to do pizza at your house ever?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So there is a difference between eating the pizza at the Domino's outlet and you making the pizza at your house, right? There is a lot of difference in taste, correct?
Yes.
True. Have you ever wondered why the Domino's pizza are so superb, very good, which is not like the one which is at home? Have you ever wondered?
Yeah.
Okay. This Domino's guys will never come and tell you the secret of how they are making that pizza, do they?
No.
That is called as source code, my friend. Source code is nothing but the way they are making the pizza. Like just like the methods or the ingredients and the approach they are making, it is called as source code. Here, what is source code is how the Selenium tool is developed completely. So the Selenium guys are telling that we will give the source code. Okay, so if you feel that our software is unsafe, I'm giving you the source code itself. You check the source code and see if and see that, like, if it is really a trustworthy software. Who will do that? Nobody will do, or nobody will share the business with others, correct? In Selenium case, the Selenium people will are ready to even share the source code, and that is why it is so famous. First of all, it is free and it is open source web automation. So what is free? Because there is no need to buy any commercial license. And what is open source? The complete source code can be downloaded from their official website. And Selenium enables users to automate the browsers. We will talk about this point in a subsequent chapters. Any questions? Okay, but we will, the last 2 points we will talk about in the subsequent chapters. A little history of
I have
Selenium.
one question.
Like, yes, sir, go ahead.
So when you said like it's a open source web,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
so it won't work on the Windows application?
That's what I said, right? Open source web automation tool.
Web. So
And this
yeah.
the first point and the last 2 point has some relations.
Oh,
Correct?
okay.
That's what I said. The last 2 point I said we will talk about in the subsequent chapters, right?
Okay.
Okay. The first statement and the last 2 statements are interlinked with each other. And how it is interlinked, we will see it. The next one is a little history of Selenium, even though it is not that much required for us, but let me tell you how this softwares. I mean, there was once upon a time, there was only one, say 12, 13 years ago or 10 years ago. Let's take 10 years ago. There was only one software which was available in the market, or one tool which was available in the market to do this automation work. Even though there was other small software which was available, but this tool called as UFT. Initially, it is called as uh, QTP, that is Quick Test Professional. Initially, it is called as Quick Test Professional, and now they have changed it to UFT. This was a tool which was available and which was very famous in the market to perform the automation job back in like 10 years ago. And it is even amazing tool even today. It's amazing tool. But when this tool was available in the market and when companies were using this tool, how did Selenium overtook it? How did Selenium capture 90% of the market today, and it almost made this tool go away from the market? The reason, just observe it. Few years ago, I mean 10 years ago, there was only one automation tool which was available in the market, which was owned by the company called as Mercury. Mercury is a company which was owning this tool called as QTP. And to use this software or use this tool, we have to buy like a commercial license was required, and that commercial license cost was very huge. You believe it or not, it was so huge that you have to procure a license to use this software. And more or less, this license was on a yearly basis. That is, every year you have to renew this license. Now just imagine a client who will be paying for the company to develop a product will be even, or will he be good to even fund for a software license, or he will find a way to save the license cost? What will you do? What will he do?
Try to save.
He will definitely try to save the cost on the license, right? And the QTP, okay, was I mean, we have to buy the license to use the software, and we have to renew this license every 1 year, and which was really becoming a pain. And there are two types of companies. One is like say like top level companies like Microsoft, IBM, Google, Amazon. These companies are the top level companies which they really don't bother, or if they are spending the money on the license also, it will not be of a much pain to them, correct? Because they earn so much. Agree? Agree? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay. Let's imagine you and me starting a small IT business, small IT company, and even we would be developing a web application, and even we needs someone or some tool to automate our web application to save a time. Then can we allocate a separate budget for a license? Will it not be will it not cause a bit of a problem for us when we spend some money on the license of any software? Will it or will it not? A big companies can afford it because they are like doing good in the market. I'm just starting a small business, small company. For me, like allocating the budget to a license will really burn a pocket, correct?
Yes.
Right? But even I wanted to do automation because automation saves a lot of time. That time I can use it for developing the other features. But since I'm very new and I've just started my business, I don't have a fund to procure a license. It is when it will create a problem. right? So what happened was a person called as Jason Huggins, okay, he was working on a small company called as ThoughtWorks. So he found out this software, or he invented this tool, okay, called as Selenium, which could be used to automate the web application, and more importantly, which could do it for free. And why even he named this tool as Selenium is, you see, the rest of the tools has some word related to testing associated to it. But if you see Selenium, those days, I'm talking about back in say 2007 or something, those days itself, he named this tool with a weird word called as Selenium, which is nowhere related to any testing. Any pharmacy student here? Any pharmacy student? Yes, no? Okay, I assume that there is no. Why he named this tool as Selenium in the first place is, first understand, Selenium is not at all any testing word. It is a chemical, a drug name. Okay, just like Crocin, Dolo, you have that medicine, right? Different medicine to consume whenever we got fever, headache, whatever it is. Just like that, Selenium is a drug name which is used to cure the wound caused by mercury. So QTP, who was owning QTP? Which company was owning QTP?
Mercury.
Mercury.
Mercury. Selenium, why he named this tool as Selenium is because he wanted to put a full stop in the name of license, which was causing a pain in a small companies in the name of license, and that is when he invented this as a medicine for that one, and that is why he named it as mercury. So in a very simple terms, selenium is a chemical word which is used to cure the wound caused by mercury, and nowadays 99% of the people knows that selenium is a automation tool. Got it? Isn't it something very hilarious?
Yes.
All right, and we are here to learn this wonderful. All right, so we will talk about this. We will, I mean, like, let's go on to the next slide. We will talk about this now. You must be wondering that what is your scope if you learn this tool, right? The minimum salary that you can expect, okay, if you can show a experience of a minimum 2 to 3 years, okay, if you could manage the experience letter, and if you could somehow survive to show 2 or 3 years of experience, the minimum average salary according to the US for the selenium resource close ranges to 80 lakhs. I don't know how it is, like, how much in US dollars if I have to tell you, but 80 lakhs is a minimum salary that you can convert that into a US dollars and check how much is the salary. The second thing is that whenever a new item is given to you, anything, it could be anything. Your job, when you will become perfect, when you will become perfect by practicing it on a daily basis, correct? Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are a couple of things, guys, that you have to do it, and you have to do it on a daily basis. As you might have heard me telling that you can, at the end of this course, with confidence, you can tell that you have 2+ years of experience using Selenium tool, provided you have to manage your experience certificate. So what is this experience certificate, how to manage it, everything I will tell it to you like later. But I'm sorry to use this word, but I have to. Do you know about fake certificate? A person who doesn't have experience in working in IT industry at all, but he will somehow fake his experience that he has worked and he will join a company. Have you heard about this word?
Yes.
Okay. So what do I mean by you can show experience up to two plus or 3+ years is after end of this course, you will be like having a knowledge to that level, just like a person who has worked on it for 3 years. You will gain so much of knowledge. But either ways, you can either apply for a company as a fresher, but don't do it because very less opportunities for a fresher, or you can manage the experience certificate. That is on your hand. It is up to you. How will you manage? Reach out to your friends, colleagues, or even to the H2K. They will help you out, but post this class, that is after finishing this course. That is the scope. The demand, you guys, I don't have to tell you because you are the one who already told me that everywhere, every job requirement on a QA, you see that they are mandatorily asking for the skill set to have. Yes, okay, the requirement is 90% of the like testing requirements involve Selenium. You have to know Selenium to the bare minimum. That is the minimum requirement. Effort, how long it will take for you to become perfect. Nothing comes easy, and even Selenium is one of them. Minimum for you to become perfect after taking this course. When you are practicing it on a daily basis, then immediately after this course, you might need a month or two to become perfect. That is provided when you practice on a daily basis. If not, for any person to pick up or learn a new tool, the minimum time required is, upon the complexity, ranges from 1 month up to a year also. See, when I started learning Selenium, it took me around 4 to 6 months to even understand, get the concept, implement it. Okay, so don't be in a hurry to immediately use it. First understand, apply the logic, practice it on a daily basis. That is when you will become expert in this one. So I've talked about what is the scope, what is the demand, how to practice. Now the ball is in your court. Ask me any question. Utilize this time where we have very less resource. So the time is us to utilize. You can ask any question. I will answer you so that you will be having, let's have a very clear mindset even before getting started. If you have any question. At the moment, you don't have any question. Holiday times, right? Full of enjoying only, like thinking only about the holidays for now. But also, I believe whatever the points that I've told is clear to you guys. At least acknowledge for this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to make one last statement for today. I will ensure that whatever that you would be learning here will be very enjoyable, and you will feel satisfied that you made a right choice. So stay with me since it's a holiday season and the enrollment is also not completely done. So stay with me for some days, and once we get started, then is when we will get the real fun and real interest out of it. Okay. Till then, you just have to be a little, have a little bit of patience. All right. Thank you guys.